A Nintendo Direct was just announced in a bit of an unprecedented way. So let me just read the Nintendo tweet before we introduce ourselves and get to it. So Nintendo just tweeted, "Join us tomorrow, August 27th at 7 a.m. Pacific Time for an Indie World Showcase, followed by a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. The live stream featuring both presentations back-to-back will be roughly 40 minutes long." And that's never happened. Like, we've had like directs followed by Treehouse, but never an indie followed by a direct. Like, this is kind of wild.
It's like, here's just all the third-party stuff, just all in a row. We're not going to spread it out. Just here you all go. And to be honest, this is a little early for them. Like usually it's not until like September they start doing another direct. So it's like, oh, okay. Now, granted, these are just a partner direct in an indie world, but I think that's because Nintendo's shown what they have. I don't think there's a whole lot to show, and I'm sure they're fine with just like, here's a tweet, here's a trailer upload of what you can expect in Brothership or Echoes of Wisdom, as we've seen already with Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm not thirsting for more. Like, I'm happy with Zelda,
No.
I'm happy with Mario and Luigi, I'm happy with Emio. I'm pretty good. I'm happy, but obviously there is some more to show still. And I do kind of like how they're doing this, because like, indie showcases usually perform pretty well, but you know, when you go into directs, you're expecting like the big boy titles, and this is kind of like a good way to bolster indies. They're kind of like making people who won't usually watch them by just sort of combining them together, and I think that's a good move.
Honestly, I hope that's something they do more often from this point on, because it does put far more eyes on the indies.
Absolutely. And it's interesting with timing as well, because obviously Gamescom just happened, and we're holding on to a few embargoes. I feel like some of the games, with have more information to reveal, I might already know some of it, but because
that's so common with Nintendo.
yeah, that is usually how they do it. But so I can't predict any of that stuff. But I can say there's some cool things from games that we already know about with features that have yet to be revealed. So. I'm pretty eager for them to share some of that stuff, because it is very cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of what they could show. I mean, there's a ton of indies out there that they could just put more info out on, and who knows what they show from the partners. I would say, like, here's more info on Dragon Quest III HD 2D, but do they really need that? Like, I don't know.
Is there more that needs to be said? Like, it's
right.
Yeah, but it would be nice to see it again, I suppose. I know this question is gonna come up in the comments. If it's not the live audience, it's gonna be the YouTube comments section. It's always Hollow Knight, right? Is it Silksong time? No. Probably not.
No. Let it be a sweet surprise. Don't expect it. Just be surprised by it. That's all.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, maybe we'll get Pizza Tower though.
That would be
we're already
very
getting
cool
Anton Blast.
Yeah, that'd be incredible. I played some cool indies at Gamescom. Under the Island is a really cool one. It's like a little sort of like 32 kind of bit looking Zelda game. But it's got like its own identity where like the dungeons are themed around like real world locations. Like there's this one that's like a greenhouse like kind of dungeon, like really neat stuff like that. I'd love for that to come to Switch. That'd be a really cool one. Yeah,
I'm trying to think of like other big indies that aren't on Switch yet to really bolster it. And honestly, it's like, actually, I wonder if this is the showcase where we'll get a release date for the MVC collection.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we could. Yeah, you're right. That's still just a vague, like, fall 2024, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nebulous, so we don't know.
Yeah. And as Game Bear Advance is saying, Benji right there, Tales of Xillia 1 and 2, like, there were rumors of Tales games, weren't there?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we had Symphonia, we've had Vesperia. There was definitely a rumor of another one, and that would make a ton of sense.
Yeah. I mean, the really funny thing is if they chose to do Tales of the Abyss, because that's the same team as Symphonia and Vesperia, so it's like just continue that thread, though it's also really funny because I just started playing that myself, so it's like, sure, why not?
Yeah. I was just going to say this, live audience just said it too, but the official announcement of MySims. So like, I think MySims pretty much leaked this presentation a few days ago. Yeah, MySims, the Wii port, It's so strange that this is the first Sims game that the Switch is getting after all these years, and it's MySims. Yeah, but
I mean,
guess it's
why didn't we get the Return of the Herbs? Like, really? That's the true sign.
That's what we really need. Yeah. But Level 5 have been mysteriously quiet. We got a delay of Fantasy Life in a vague way. It was a weirdly worded tweet. It said something like Fantasy Life has been delayed from its October whatever launch or September whatever launch, but it didn't give a date. So I wonder if they're waiting for this. But like Level 5 came into this year with 4 games that were going to launch, and they're finishing with just one of them. So we didn't get Fantasy Life, we didn't get Inazuma 11. Layton was always confirmed for the next year. And what was the other game? There was another one in there.
I can't remember, to be honest.
Oh, Decapolice. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So they're holding a lot of cards and not much info about those cards.
No, I don't. I wonder what they would put. I don't know. Will they show Layton? I think Layton and Decapolice has the best chance. Fantasy Life, I feel like don't have to worry about.
It'd be good to get like some kind of launch window though, because we've gone from next month to nothing.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Could have a little level 5 section in there and see what we could get presented. I'm racking my brain on other companies and what they could really.
I mean, I think a pretty clear one. I don't know if they're actually going to do it at this point, but the Nier Automata Switch port was excellent. Like, it's one of the best ports in the entire system. And Replicant, I think Replicant came when that port was already announced, so I always assumed like it would be coming like a few months later. But we're now like 2 years past from Replicant, but I can still see it happening.
It could probably happen unless they really just want to wait for the successor.
Yeah,
which is possible at this point. Hard to say.
I
do agree. Yes, David M. I love it.
Yeah, for those who can't see
I would love to see a DS collection.
Yeah, Castlevania DS collection. That would be the best value on the entire eShop.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'll admit I have not picked up the advanced collection because it's good, but it's not like I just always. I've already played them. I already own them, so I didn't really feel the need to get them right away. DS collection. I own all 3 of those too, but it's like,
Yeah, I mean, those are really valuable games these days too. Like any one of them is like £100 each, and they don't get talked about in quite the same regard because I think they're less accessible to play than like Symphony of the Night. But I hold a bunch of them in a higher regard than Symphony of the Night.
Oh, my favorite Castlevania game of all time is on the DS. That's Order of Ecclesia.
Yes.
So, I will be singing from the rooftops, play Order of Ecclesia. It is the perfect combination of every element of Castlevania up to this point. It is fantastic. By that same idea, I feel like it's time for another Mega Man collection.
They're almost out of games.
They're almost out of games. We got Star Force and we've got Legends of the main series. So let's you know what? I'm happy with either of those. Honestly, both are hard to find though. So honestly, put them all together. Screw it. Just put this. What is it? 3 Star Force games, 3 Legends games. Bam! You got a collection.
That's true. I feel like Legends can hold its own, but I don't.
Yeah.
Can Star Force hold its own? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know enough about Star Force to really know. So I know they have different versions like Battle Network because it's basically a continuation of the Battle Network series. But that's really all I have. But
yeah, it's a really hard time to predict partner games because Switch has the bulk of legacy games you think it's going to get. Like, there's always going to be some gaps in there. But there aren't that many more. I'm like, oh, that has to be on Switch. I'd love, I say this every time, I'd love Resident Evil Classics Collection. If Capcom does any more collections, I hope that they do 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, whatever else. That'd be amazing. But when it comes to third-party stuff, I'm just kind of waiting for the next system in that regard, because there aren't, in modern ports specifically, there aren't that many games where I'm like, oh, I wish this was on Switch now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I think, and I can see a lot of companies just sort of holding off until that moment. Although Chad is starting to talk about the NSO announcements, which
Oh, sure.
didn't one of the partner directs we got all those rare games.
I was going to say,
they
I
could
think,
totally drop a
Rare.
bunch of more rare games.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can get Diddy Kong Racing. You can get. Have they done Battletoads yet? I don't think they have, right?
They've done Battletoads in Battle Maniacs,
Yes.
but that's it. There's definitely others they could do. But yeah, just we got that M-rated section for N64, so you can put Conquer on there. You've got Banjo-Tooie. You've got Diddy Kong Racing. You've got DK64. There are so many games from Rare specifically that they could pop on there.
David,
Celebrate Sonic Advance 1, 2, 3, and Battle,
Yes.
especially because Emerald appears in that one
That's true. Yeah.
trailer.
I was going to say, David's speaking my language with Sonic right now. Sonic Advance would be so nice to have in a collection. It is a really good game. And like speaking of Sonic, they do quite frequently show upcoming Sonic games in directs. Like Forces was in a direct, Frontiers was in a direct. So to see more of Sonic X Shadow wouldn't be surprising. Whether it's like a new zone reveal or a new feature reveal or something. That game played pretty well. We'll have our impressions about it soon. We played both a closed version and a public version. So I'll talk about the public one. It's nice. I would get more in depth about it. But it's different. Like Sonic Generations has like those layers to it. Like if you fall down, you go to the bottom layer. Shadow doesn't really have that. It's just kind of a straight linear path. But you can like branch out when they appear if you want to. So it's a different kind of game, but we'll talk about that more another time. You're right. It's Mr. Pants, Saber Wolf, Banjo Pilot. That'd be cool on GBA for sure. Yeah,
Rare has a ton. Rare has a ton of that's just them. It's just them, and who knows what else they can put. Heck, Capcom put Mega Man Extreme 1 and 2 on there. We got all 5 Game Boy Mega Man games. Put the Mega Man X Game Boy games on there. Why not?
Yeah, why not? But yeah, 40 minutes total, so I guess 20 minutes between both presentations.
That'd be my guess, is roughly if we split it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything absolutely massive, but the indies are always a pleasant surprise. It's the partners that are harder to like gauge a hype meter on.
Mm-hmm. Do you? I know he's been talking about it quite a bit since I follow him on Twitter. Do you think we'll get? I don't think you can comment on this because you're in the game. The Project Tides, like, I was just wondering if like Project Tides will get an official title or anything like that, but you can't comment on that.
No comment.
Damn you for actually being in the game.
I literally cannot say a thing. Like, I can't confirm or deny. And that's not a tease or anything. I cannot say.
Yeah, I know. I did. Yeah, don't read into that. That's just the way NDAs work.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty. I guess I'm excited for this. I don't. Oh, yeah, White Mage Mercury Metal Gear Ghost Babel. Yeah, they're right. Like Metal Gear Volume 2.
I've never played that.
Yeah. Metal Gear Volume 2, and it's really good. Like MGS on Game Boy Color is really, really good. And it could come to NSO, but I think they're waiting for Volume 2 of that collection.
Yeah. When will we get Volume 2? That is a good question. Volume 1 is a little bit of a mess from what I understand, though. So
specifically on Switch, it was kind of a mess, yeah. Like the other versions weren't perfect either. It was just kind of the HD collection from 360 again. Like, they're still 720p. Nothing's really changed. It didn't have Peace Walker, but it had the first game. But Volume 2 could be like Peace Walker, Metal Gear, Game Boy. It could be, 5. What else can you throw in? Oh, Acid 1 and 2, and Portable Ops.
Put in the Acid games, maybe Portable Ops, because that never gets any re-releases. Trying to think of what other Metal Gear Solid games we have left in. I think that's pretty much it at that point.
Yeah, they did the graphic novels that were on PSP. They're in the Volume 1, interestingly enough. But yeah, I hope they don't leave off Portable Ops, because that's a game that you can enhance quite a bit, like just giving out dual analog support, because it was one stick and then the LNR buttons to rotate the camera, because they didn't quite get the face button camera scheme that Peace Walker had. So that'd be really nice to do. But yeah, I don't know if they'd put 5 in here, because 5's already on like PS4 and Xbox One.
Honestly, the big news would be the first re-release of 4. 4 has never been re-released.
Yeah, and they'd have to change it a bit, because there's references to Blu-ray discs, there's references to like 6 axis.
Oh yeah, they would. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
At that point, you almost need to do a remake.
Yeah, and maybe they'll just take lines out. I don't know, but yeah. I'm pretty excited for this. Is the unknown that's exciting. And
Yeah,
I'm not disappointed that it's not a full direct, because I don't need to know more about Nintendo games right now. I'm happy.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
good.
we're
Good. We we are set for
We're
a
set.
while.
We're fine. Yeah. Our wallets are happy not to have more right now. But I guess that's it for now. They also specified, because they always do this now, both in this and the museum, that we are not talking about the successor in this presentation. That sign is there clearly for a reason, because people will get
Maybe they're
expectations
doing
way too
these
high.
in August because September is when they're going to actually talk about the successor.
Maybe,
but that's just
maybe.
tinfoil hat theory.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's probably us for now. Live audience, if you want to throw in some last minute predictions, just flood that chat and people can read them. But thank you for joining us, everybody. This will be tomorrow, so we'll be streaming our reactions as they happen. So if you want to join us, you absolutely can. And if you want to be in that little box in the corner during the reactions, you can too. Just become a live audience member over on Patreon. You get a bunch of perks, including early access to videos, and also being part of videos like this. And also you get to ask questions during the GVG cast, and so much more. So yeah, consider that. But thank you, everyone, and read that box below. Brandon says Luigi. Brandon, this is a partner presentation. There will not be any Luigi. Get out of
Unless
here
we have an indie Luigi game.
Yeah, maybe. I guess we've had like Cadence of Hyrule before, right? Just Cadence of Luigi. Anyway, see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.